Okay, so I'm not one for religion. However, I do understand or think that I understand what the basis for religion is. I believe that I understand what the purpose of a religion is, and for. The Bible is a book of stories that have metaphorical meanings, and stories that teach us important lessons. Over the years, the significance of the Bible's true meaning and lessons have been lost. Religion was subsequently used as a control method, rather than an educational tool. The metaphors and the stories within the Bible contain astronomy guides, as it was vital to survival. Teachings and lessons, of good and bad, lies and deceit, and the basis of what defines what good behavior is and why. All of these stories have been, Chinese whispered, down, over the years, and people genuinely believe that they are true stories. They think that Noah actually had an ark, with 2 of every species of animal on board, as if it was a Pixar movie. They believe that Jesus actually died, and came back to life. That Moses really did part the seas. Mary did actually have a child, despite being a virgin. Although I take from the Bible important teachings and lessons, I do not believe today's modern interpretations, and therefore I do not believe in religion as it is, and as it stands in today's world, as I simply cannot believe, because the Bible's interpretations have been adapted to something completely different. And with that, I suggest the birth of a new religion, a religion with major similarities and comparisons to other religions, with primarily metaphorical lessons and teachings, lessons that we can pass on to future generations. Because at the end of the day, that is what I believe the Bible is. So, I propose the birth of something that I do believe in. Something I have found myself in the past worshipping. I propose a religion called Oasisism, introducing the Church of Noel. Noel is Jesus. The band are his disciples, and fans were followers longing to hear the sacred words of Oasis. An oasis can also be seen as a place of tranquility representing the Garden of Eden. An oasis is also a core, representing the basis of everything. Nebworth, where Oasis would appear globally, is the Holy Land. Cigarettes and alcohol were part of the Last Supper, with magic pie for dessert. The Gallagher brothers represent Cain and Abel. Noel and Mel, the Frisco Chick, are the modern Adam and Eve. The Three Kings are the original 3 members of the band, who still stand. Noel, Liam, and Bonehead. They followed the stars east, when leaving to tour Japan, where they were treated like gods. The Bible has metaphorical stories, and so does What's the Story. The Beatles are the forefathers, and John Lennon was crucified, and resurrected through Noel. The band reuniting, represents reuniting, in heaven, in a champagne supernova in the sky. I think that Manchester must represent hell. I'm sure of that. The walls of Jericho are now the wonder walls of Jericho. When people ask, are you a Christian, or are you a Catholic? They will now ask, are you supersonic? I think I've covered everything. Makes way more sense than Christianity, as it's true.